A guardian on a tightrope? Stick around and I'll show you some of the trickiest and most advantageous spots on Asylum. Hello gentlemen and ladies, welcome back to another comprehensive Destiny map guide video. This time we set our sights on an OG Destiny map, Asylum. Quickly before we dive in, if you're looking for advanced tips such as callouts or head glitches, you can skip to the times shown on the screen.
Fight forever, Guardian!
Asylum is a medium-sized, semi-symmetrical map that can be found in most match-made playlists,
Your honor is shattered.
with Rift being the one exception. Rift mode can be selected in private match mode, and the similar layouts of both spawns and the multiple routes from Spark to Rift points make it a possible candidate for inclusion in match-made Rift mode in some future update. The map has been featured in Trials of Osiris. Asylum, located in the Ishtar Sink on Venus, is centered around a small commercial avenue flanked by an OWT or off-world transit train station and a parking garage structure. The design palette is consistent with humanity's derelict golden age, with familiar and recognizable features like cars and trucks that have decayed and been buried in overgrowth. The map has 3 different lighting variations: morning, afternoon, and night, with the only minor difference being how much light filters through the canopy. Let's take a look at the callouts and landmarks for Asylum. The spawns are at extreme opposite ends of the center road. Alpha spawn is in a small, well-lit elevated patio that's close to a small street-side cafe. Inside the cafe is the location of the A point spawn and Alpha Rift point. Behind the cafe, there's the cafe closet and the cafe hallway leading to the spawn. Behind a broken down car along the wall, you can find the first of 3 special ammo spawns. Through a working sliding door in the cafe, incidentally one that doesn't announce when it's going to be triggered, you can find the booths and a bank of electronic lockers. Beyond is the large station terminal or lobby, sometimes called pool room due to the accumulated standing water that blankets the floor. It features 2 elevated platforms and in the center a directory of the different train lines. You can find the second of 3 special ammo crates at the base of the directory. There's a large window that stretches all the way to the roof of the station. Be advised, there's a panel missing that allows for high elevated access into and out of the station beyond that of just the main opening. The first of 2 heavy ammo spawns can be found along the back left wall of the station, commonly called lower heavy. Beyond the terminal lobby, you can find the turnstiles, more lockers, and the OWT ticket booth office. This is the location of C Point and the Bravo Rift Point respectively. In private match mode, you can also find the map-specific ghost in the furthest corner of this area, near the scrolling OWT sign. The water main closet, or hall, leads to a shadowy overgrown patio, and the location of the Bravo spawn. The last of the special ammo spawns is here, at the base of the steps leading into Bravo Room, or Box Room. Through the doorway of Bravo Room, you can find the open main level of the parking center structure, and the location of the B point spawn. Also the location of the elimination capture point and the spark spawn in Rift mode. Inside the parking center you can find the elevator, the laptops or computers, and the central staircase, which descends into the sublevel. There you can find the garage, the elevator shaft, and the location of the second heavy ammo crate, which also is the location of the singular heavy ammo crate in elimination mode. Above, there's also the Alpha hallway behind the laptops. In the middle of the map and the center road, you can find the tree or the mound, which is really an overturned tractor trailer with a giant tree trunk growing through it. In Control, most of the fighting happens over B, with the team that wins the first engagement usually resulting in control of the point. But the relatively unobstructed path between A and C, and the ease in which B can be defended, makes it so that it's possible to win on Asylum by controlling A and C. The higher ground of the parking structure, however, is tactically important, and often camped successfully by teams in non-objective type 3v3 game modes like Elimination and Skirmish. Asylum is well suited to all playstyles, with cramped interiors ideal for shotguns and fusion rifles. But there are also plenty of angles for scout and sniper users to exploit. Let's look at some of the more common sniper lanes and head glitches. For those who don't know, A head glitch is a spot on the map that allows enemies to conceal just about their entire player model, usually exposing only their heads, hence the name. It allows for concealed players to scope in and kill opposing guardians. They can be difficult to challenge and sometimes impossible to spot. Some of the best head glitches on Asylum include behind the crates in the cafe, shooting out towards the opening of Alpha Hallway. This narrow slit makes challenging snipers very difficult. The stairs in the cafe closet offer great concealment as well. The overturned tables in the cafe allow for excellent cover and great angles into the terminal station. The booths along the terminal wall will almost entirely conceal even the glint of a sniper scope. Here, and on the rails of the elevated platforms in the pool room, players can use the Destiny cover mechanic I discussed in my Widow's Court video. You can find good angles to aim up towards the parking center by using the main steps and the guardrail around the directory. Standing on the directory gives you a nice and surprising elevated vantage on the entrance to the terminal station.
Oh my god.
Near the ticket box office, you can find players scoping in from the rails at Bravo spawn. Note that the ticket office window is cracked in several spots and can be shot through. Although the usefulness of those angles isn't very high, some instances may provide opportunities for lining up body shots to prime a target before full engagement. At the very least, you can see through the window to help anticipate an enemy about to turn the corner. In the Bravo spawn, you can sometimes find players crouched in the entrance to the water main closet. Another especially tricky spot is in the foliage along the wall behind the tree trunk. It's nearly impossible to see a well-concealed guardian, but if their position is revealed, it's almost equally difficult to escape out of that tight gap, so use that one with care. A quick note about shaders. Although I haven't mentioned it much before, shaders can be a great way for increasing the level of your overall concealment. Although Destiny mitigates the ability to hide in plain sight by highlighting enemies in red and having a rather obvious health bar show up over their heads when your reticle gets close to them, in some cases, the right camo can mean the difference between escaping unnoticed in someone's periphery and death. On Asylum, certain darker shaders can certainly help camouflage guardians. More spots to look out for are the steps leading into the Bravo room. You can use the laptops along the far wall to help you line up head level snipes by positioning your reticle just above the top of the computers. In elimination mode especially, you will often see the initial sniper battle be fought over control of the parking center. One trick that can aid that objective is lining up and taking shots through the small planter along the back of the elevator. A tip is to aim for the lower left-hand corner of the health bar when you see it pop up. Players will of course snipe towards the road and terminal from the railings along the main level of the parking center. Note that the rails benefit the guardians closer to them, as it's easier to shoot through the rails up close than it can be to hit a headshot through bars at a distance. Players will also often hard scope into the Alpha Hallway opening. The many rusted and broken down vehicles on Asylum offer great spots to snipe from. The center mound is a common spot. Finally, as promised, there are a few high wire acts that can result in shocking angles for getting the drop on or sniping out enemies. The spots can be tricky to access and require a certain amount of practice before they can be done quickly and correctly, but if mastered, you can confuse enemy radar and gain a tremendous advantage. The most common one is the overhang above the entrance into the terminal. It affords great visibility into B point. Above that, the missing panel in the window can also be used as a high out-of-the-way perch. Near Alpha Spawn, just outside the entrance into the parking center, there's a bare flagpole that can be reached easily by leaping onto the guardrail of the stairs, then jumping up and around the pole before landing on it. A tip: use a sword to help you move into position in third-person view. From here, you can easily catch guardians unaware. There's a second pole that is especially hard to reach due to an invisible barrier that can knock you off, but it affords a bird's eye view of the entire center road. On the Bravo side, you can jump off the wrecked car onto a latticed awning just above the garage entrance. From there, you can attack anyone coming from the middle, or you can make a second jump across the street into a series of protruding flagpoles. Aim for the junction of the wall and the poles to increase the success rate of your jump. Be advised, all of these positions are extremely risky to get into. You should definitely practice before trying them in a meaningful contest. I hope I showed you something new, and if I did, please hit that like and subscribe button, it would mean a lot. Thanks a ton for watching, and don't forget to follow me on Twitch. The Gentleman is out.